Chosen ones, you have an energy that is very unpredictable. You have an energy that is very unpredictable. You are fluid. I'll give you something to look at. Did you guys know that your looks may change from time to time? If you want to know what I'm talking about, I want you to go in one spot, make a picture of yourself. Come back in that same spot, same time of the day, take another picture of yourself with the same equipment. Put those two pictures together and analyze those pictures properly. Take your time, analyze and see. You're going to realize there's a slight difference between those pictures. Your energy is fluid. Now, you see a lot of people, you guys have heard about the NPCs, okay? People who are not conscious, people who are non-player characters. Some of those people that you'll even see, they look like robots, like computer programs. Okay, the bots. Some people want to use them, the bots. Normally, I don't. There's some words I don't use, but we just use the terms as we understand them. So there's people who are used to a pattern. They have a schedule. So when I wake up, I take a shower, will brush the teeth, I will eat something, I will go there, I will go this way, go do my job, I'll come back home, do this, watch my favorite series on TV, and I'll go to sleep. And then the next day, they're going to continue the same thing. Now, I do not necessarily mean that everybody who does that thing, who lives in that loop, is an NPC. Because you see, we have been conditioned to follow a certain way of lifestyle. So, and it is completely opposite to what we were destined to do or the things the people were destined to be when we're here. So we've been completely going the wrong direction. Basically, what has been happening, we have been put into these patterns that are recognizable. So your parents knew that, I know my son. You've ever heard about these parents sometimes when talking about their children? Yeah, I know my daughter, I know my son. That is how they do. This is what they wear. That is where they go. So the entire thing of this matrix has put you in that loop. But you see, when you wake up, you get out of the loop. Okay, you break the loop. But for as long as you've been here, you've been following the same program, the same loop. Different countries, different scenarios, the same loop. So you start breaking out of that loop. A chosen one is very likely to break the loop. Is why the chosen ones happen to be the cycle breakers. They break the loop. Now, like I'm trying to say in this video, that a chosen one is fluid. You have a fluid energy. Now, when people realize that, it's very hard to put a finger to what it is they think about you. They're like, oh, we're nearly there. We nearly have them figured out. We nearly know what is going on. We nearly know what food they eat. We nearly know who they're dating. They're going to wake up and you're a completely different person. So they are going left, you're going right. They are going right, you're going left. And it feels like these people cannot catch up with you, no matter what they try. How they try, how much they try, they cannot catch up with your game. Because you see, you're operating on various timelines. So there are some things that are very difficult to understand, but I'll give you an example. There was a time when I was heavily gang stalked. And it's not long ago. I was heavily gang stalked, heavily. When I'm talking about gang stalking, Now there is few people that I've shared this information with, because these kind of things you have to put them in a, compile everything, keep the records and everything. So even share with so I've already shared this thing with some people. Now this was a combination of a group of covens. Okay, you guys know what covens are? Those people who have very dark, who are falling under occultism. They practice occultism. There are different types of covens, witches, or whatever, and the different flying monkeys, sociopaths, psychopaths. It was a cocktail of devil's agents. So that was heavy gang stalking. I know the intention of what the gang stalking was about. I know what they wanted, and I know what was going on. And the time came where my consciousness moved me into that particular timeline where I would now see exactly the whole thing, how it was playing out. So there was like packed in different areas. So they had already, is what I'm telling you, that those NPCs are predictable. So they had already like figured out, okay, you will park there, and this one will park here. So when you see something, call us or do this. So they started moving in patterns, and I could recognize the patterns. So I stepped into that. I what do they call it? I moved into that timeline where I could actually see the patterns. Who was where? How did they move? What were they doing? I was already in that timeline where I would figure out everything. Okay. So I was at a place where you couldn't know that I was there, but I was there. So it's why sometimes I will tell you that there is people who will sometimes see you in a place. You will see them in a place, but they will not see you there. So you'll be like, people ask you, but I remember you was here. You will tell them, you was there, I saw you. Are you sure you was in that event? Yes, I was there. But they didn't see you because you're fluid. So it is either you go back in time or you walk ahead of time. But you're not in one position. You're not stuck in one place. You are changing timelines. It's why sometimes you can have, for example, you go out one day and you have an experience whereby you're just going to be meeting zombies. You will see one zombie after the other one. You finish that one, you go to the next one. There's another one there. Then there's another one here, and you're just running into zombies, and you don't understand where those zombies are coming from. And out of the blue, you will unplug from that timeline, and you may now start to experience no more regular people. Those things have happened. There is people that you might even run into only for you to turn around and they have already disappeared. That is because in that particular moment, you was at a different timeline. You was at a certain timeline where you could see certain entities who appeared real, and you turn around, they are gone. Now, that is why you see a lot of times people, they have very difficult time trying to understand you. So these gang stalkers, basically what they are doing, they are trying to get closer to you so that they can get the whole picture of what are you doing, what kind of food do you eat, what kind of clothes do you wear, where do you spend your time. Because they are trying to predict you. They are trying to see if you're predictable. They will employ people to come and spy on you. They will set up people, they will pay loads of money. That particular individual will need information. They are going to do everything just to try to get information on you. That is because people realize when you're different. People know. When you're different, best believe me, people know that. They feel the indifference. They feel like there is something fluid about you, you know? Your energy can even sometimes bust certain doors open. The doors that have been shut that you didn't even know that this door would open. These things I'm telling you is not for everybody. The things I'm talking about is not for everyone. The ones that know, they will get it. Okay? There are some doors that could have been shut down for you, but for some reason you burst through those doors wide open, and you don't even know how you got out of a certain situation. When the odds was not in your favor, you still got out of a certain situation. You walked through some doors that everybody else knew it was impossible. That's what they call a chosen one. Do you know the reason as to why some people go against you? Chosen ones. Oh, this and this, the people, they think they know you, they try to plot these things and do things, whatever. In a few weeks, you hear that, somebody had a car accident, somebody passed away in their sleep, somebody lost their pet, somebody's in hospital, they had an operation. You start hearing a lot of those things. Do you know the reason why? Because people are trying to um, go against a high vibrational being. It's not everybody can do that. It is not everybody can do that. It's the reason as to why the chosen one, you are the glitch in the matrix. You're the glitch in the matrix. That's why those people that are even higher than you, they fear you the most, because you are the glitch in the matrix. You are the one that can see the loop. Your energy is fluid, you know. You will go to sleep and the universe will communicate with you. The universe will show you who is your enemy, what are they doing, what have they been trying to do. You get intuition about certain things. You will move in a way that many people do not understand. There is nothing that pisses off someone than trying to understand something that is beyond their reach, beyond their consciousness. It is not something that there's a limit where they stop, and where they stop is where you begin. So it becomes very hard for people to understand you, to catch up on your game, to figure you out. Is because you're fluid. Whenever they think they are very close, oh, we know what he's doing, we know what is this, you're in a different timeline. And they're going to start moving around in circles, because that's what NPCs do. You see, because an NPC, the only thing it needs is a program. You give it a program. Okay, that's what you're going to do. So you give it a project. They may call it a project for the day. And it's going to start going, moving in circles, It will come from here because the program is already in the head, you know. So there's one of those NPCs I'm still seeing that they are gang stalking around my block, you know. Until now, I see the NPC. So they're going to start moving in circles, you know. They're only going to follow the program. They don't ask, why do you want this information? Why are you sending me? Why? They don't have any question. They don't have time to ask. They're going to start moving in circles, in patterns, you know. They know where to start, where to finish, who to report. Where to start, where to finish, who to report. So they're going to move in loops. It is just going to be a matter of time before they realize you're on a different timeline. Because you're not moving in loops. You're fluid, so you move different, you know. So the chosen ones is what I'm trying to say in this video, is that you will constantly be switching between timelines every now and then, okay? You're going to be switching between timelines simply because your energy is fluid. Your energy is fluid. So if you're wondering why a lot of people try to understand you, try to hate on you, this and this, is because of your energy. Your energy is different. Your energy hits different, you know? Because if it didn't hit different, then why are they after you? Why are they very interested in your lifestyle? Why are they so interested in your lifestyle? if your energy wasn't different, you know. So that's because you're unique. You have got a different flow, a different vibe about you that is very uncommon to people that you've always met. So maybe you guys understand what I'm saying. Let us know in the video, in the comments below, what you think. You guys know I do love and appreciate your support. Please book a session if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. There's more signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.